What's going on, everybody? I've been putting this off too long. I know it's been a long time. It's been about 3 years since I posted my last video on my channel. I think it was like February 2020, and I think it was about like my depression phase I was going through, and I also made a video about T-Stout's mom passing. I hope you guys still watch the channel. If you don't, it's no big deal. I haven't posted like I said, any gameplay in such a long time. It's been quite hectic couple years. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's been one of the worst years, last few years probably of my life. I'm doing a lot better now. As you can see, the ambiance changed. I'm back to where it all began, Pennsylvania. Yeah. I came back up here because as you all know, well, probably most of you that followed me, in 2011 I moved down to Florida, and last year Hurricane Ian basically destroyed my house. I mean, the house is still standing, it's remodeled, we sold it, other people are living in it, but we had about a little less than a foot of storm surge in the house, and we had to hire a mitigation company to basically cut the drywall 4 feet high, all the walls, so it basically made the house unlivable, and we sold the house while we were living up here. But I don't know, I'll start out at the beginning. Basically, I've said this in a lot of my special subscriber videos in the past. I started the channel in 2006. I didn't post any gameplay until 2010, I think February of 2010, and that's where I met all my buddies. And the summer of 2011, I think June, I touched down in Florida. Lived there for 12 years, came back in October of 2022 after the hurricane. So the hurricane actually happened September 28th, and I always wondered, like, why does that date sounds familiar? And it was Resident Evil 3 when Jill was like, September 28th, daylight, somehow I'm still alive, and that date will go in infamy. Like September has not been good to me and my family. Like, I don't know what it is with September. It's just I don't know, the past several years, like, when something shitty happened, it was in September. Like, back in 2017, Hurricane Irma. Then my grandfather passes away. And I can't think of, I know there were others, but I don't know, I'm not thinking clearly, but September has not been good to us. But, so, when the hurricane hit on September 28th, me and my mother already evacuated. We went to the East Coast, West Palm Beach, and waited it out for a couple days, returned, and I'll actually show you the video right now when we came back. So I made a video after Hurricane Irma back in 2017. This is the damage that Hurricane Ian did to my house. The water went up to right there. Not so bad, considering what you saw on the news. Most of the fence destroyed. This bush destroyed. And here are the carrot wood trees. Half of this one snapped. Came down on the pole. Shingles blown off the roof.
Pool's crunched. This is where we used to feed the birds from this tree. This tree's totally uprooted. I walked back here a little bit ago and saw a black snake. Much worse than Irma. Irma was a stronger storm, but the way this one hit right off the coast, we didn't have a prayer. Did not have a prayer. Neighbor's shed's gone. Oh yeah, and then the electrical wire going to my house was snapped. You can see that from this tree that fell. You can hear my neighbor's full house generator going. Picnic table. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this electrical wire. I mean, I know it's nothing's powered, but oh, my cacti blew over. My cactus. Shed's still pretty good. My avocado plant's still here. Huh. The lanai.
No, Kenny doesn't have to come now. Oh, okay, I appreciate it. We gotta get it out first. Tell him to give us like an hour. Yeah. All right. Talk to you in a bit. Good night. He's gonna send Kenny over to get the generator started. I said, give us about an hour.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just get everything out.
Yeah, this door's fucked.
Yeah. What's with everything knocked? I guess the wind from the door over there.
I smell gas, of course, so it probably, I don't know, knocked over the gas cans. Just imagine staying home.
We have water.
Do we have water?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Ground zero and we have water. There was water on the floor here. Still water. Master bedroom.
Yeah, so that was pretty terrible. Like, the house was just I don't know, it was like a bomb went off there. A lot of things were destroyed. Fort Myers Beach was wiped off the like map. It was like a bomb was dropped. So they say it's going to take years, like maybe even a decade, to bring it back to where it once was. And that's very sad. Like, I wish I would have enjoyed. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. I wish I would have enjoyed my time there more. Like, I don't know. I wish I would have took more pictures, made more videos, because I would have never dreamed that it would all be gone. Like, this is like one of the worst nightmares I've like ever experienced. I remember just standing in my backyard cleaning up, and I would hear those military, I think they're called Chinook helicopters, with the two propellers vertical. And from what I hear, they were actually loading up dead bodies. Like, it's just ridiculous. It was like the end of the world. So a couple days after, I think it was like a day or so, my brother, who moved back up to Pennsylvania in 2017, he came down. He brought his motor home down with a generator, and he really took care of us, powered us back up. And we weren't really without, like, with all the devastation and stuff, we were only without power for like a week or so, week and a half, which is remarkable. During those disasters, power companies across the nation volunteered to come down, and they were just truckload after truckload. They're awesome people, and I thank them for all that they've done. But my brother came down, helped us out, and I forget when we left. It was sometime beginning of October, maybe, yeah, beginning, middle of October. And we rented a house up here, and then we were in that house for about 6 months, and then we bought a house. It's a very nice house. Like, I do love my house. I still, like, I never planned on coming back here. Like, I never came, like, no offense. I mean, if you like it up here, that's fine. But, like, I never, I don't know, planned on coming back here, but we really had no choice. But this house has really helped me. It's a, like I said, very nice house. We were a little hesitant to buy it because it has a flat roof, but the roof is in great condition, and we found a company, if we do have problems, like, to service, you know, the roof and stuff like that. That's like the biggest thing with these flat roof homes. Like, a lot of companies claim to know what they're doing, and then you hire them, and then they fuck something up, and you're screwed. But yeah, we bought the house. It's awesome. My cousin got me in with his company, which is it's a really good job, and I owe a lot of thanks to him. He even helped me and my mom move into this house. He's been totally awesome, him and his family. And he's probably not going to see this, but I just want to say thanks, Richie. You've really I owe you a lot. I mean, it meant a lot to me, all the stuff that you've done for us. So he got me in there. I was in production, and it was day shift, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's a 2-2-3 schedule, 12-hour. And there was a job opening up in his department, and it was on nights, and he told me to apply, and I did. I was only there for 3 months, and I thought maybe I might have been ineligible. I just wasn't there long enough. And he put in the good word for me, and they hired me, and I'm back on nights. Same thing, 12-hour schedule, 2-2-3 shift, and I'm really liking the job. A lot to learn. It's my first job in manufacturing, but I'm really enjoying it. I've been up there for about a month and a half. I still got a lot to learn and things, but I think it's really going to work out. But as far as me, like, staying up in Pennsylvania, I'm just going to take it a day at a time. I don't really know how long I'm going to be up here. It could be short, it could be very long. I don't know. We had plans to check out Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee. I really want to go out west. I don't know if that's going to happen, especially like right now, or if ever. But I would love to check out like a lot of places in the west. but hopefully I can get out there at some point. So here we are in September again. It was actually yesterday, September 25th. I had to put my cat Thumper down. He's, which way am I pointing? Okay. He's the black and white cat next to Harry, my brown tabby. He was a stray that we took in down in Florida. It was, I wouldn't say it was right after we got there in 2011. I thought it was actually in like 2000, maybe 14, 15-ish, but my mom told me it was sooner, 2012, 2013, I don't know. But I remember one morning I went to the kitchen and I saw this black and white cat sitting on my windowsill, and I'm like, where did you come from? And let me tell you, he was the most stubborn cat I've ever come across. Like, he would not leave. Like, he demanded that we become his new owners. And I think he might have lived a couple houses down from us. I don't know what happened to his previous owners, but at first we weren't, like, letting him in the house. And then it got to be summer raining season, and we invited him in, and then that was it. Like, he was our cat. And he was an awesome cat. I remember, I don't know if it was a feral cat that was like picking on Harry, and Thumper beat the shit out of it. Like, it was awesome. And he's not that type. He was always like such a kind cat, never fought. He was like a street smart type of cat, being on his own for a while. And I just remember him beating the shit out of that wildcat. But we've noticed, like, even like the last year we were down in Florida, he was losing weight. He was drinking a lot of water, which we were thinking maybe he was getting like diabetes, early stages of diabetes, and he was eating less, and yeah, and he was horrible to travel with. Like, I don't know, in the car when we had evacuated a few times back in 2017 and 2022. I don't know if he had motion sickness, but he would just cry and cry and cry. And we bought that pet spray formula that you just spray, and it's supposed to calm the cat down. And it worked to a point. But yeah, he was horrible to travel with. But yeah, the last like day, I've been just bawling my eyes out because we had to put him down. We were thinking, like, towards the end, he had congestive heart failure. He was wheezing a lot, so I assume like his heart wasn't pumping enough blood, and then, you know, fluid started collecting in his lungs, and towards the end he just lost all bodily functions. And we were trying to get him into the vet, and they didn't have any openings. Well, first we were thinking, and we should have known because he was so stubborn, like maybe he'll just pass away, because we didn't want his last breath to be scared. And we were thinking, just let him pass away here. And of course he's so stubborn that no, that wasn't going to happen. He fought to the very end, even whenever we had him on the table getting ready for his injections to put him to sleep. He just, I don't know, a lot of fight in that cat. But really, what really got me is, and hopefully I don't lose it, whenever he was finally gone, he still had one eye open, and I don't know why, that just ate me up. Like, I know that he's in a better place, and I know he's not suffering, but I don't know, it's probably just for my own selfish reasons, you know. It's just, I don't know, and I didn't want to leave him after he was gone. We're going to have him cremated, and we should get him back probably, I think, next Tuesday. But I just did not want to leave him, and it's like so hard, like when you return to your home. And even though we were here for only, what, four or 5 months, I don't know, it's still hard when you get back home and he's not there. And then I feel bad for Harry. Harry was just here. You know, he lost his best buddy. And we're thinking about maybe getting another one, but, well, actually, my brother has a cat, but I know he's not going to give him up, and I don't think I can take him either, because he lives up, the cat has, his mother's still around, and his brother, so I don't want to break them up. But if I could have one cat in the world, it would be his cat Bandit, and he's also black and white. He's the sweetest cat ever, but I would never break him away from his mom and brother. Well, not really so much his brother, but his mom. But we may be getting another cat at some point. I don't know. I just feel so bad for Harry, and I don't know. I'm sure he's grieving in his own way. I know I am. It's been, like I said, it's been rough, and I haven't like dealt with a. Well, my one cat, Nikki, who we brought down with Harry to Florida, she passed away back in, I think it was 2019, 2020. But she was like so neurotic and stuff, and I kind of felt guilty that I was actually relieved that she passed, because she was losing her bodily functions and just shitting, pissing all over the place. But other than that, like, I don't know when, I said this before, I don't know when I'll post another gaming video. I might actually do something very soon, but as far as consistency, I don't know if I'm ever going to, I don't know, maybe at some point I'll go back and make consistent videos like I did back in the, I hit a button on my keyboard and closed out the video, but it's, well, like I was saying, maybe at some point I'll start making consistent videos, but to be quite honest, it's like, it's very hard with work and trying to adjust to a new life, because, like I said, my life, as I knew it, was taken away from me. And I know there were people that were affected a lot worse. I mean, there's still people living in campers from Hurricane Katrina, you know, in Louisiana, and that happened, what, in 2005? So, you know, I really can't complain that much. I mean, whenever it comes to, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm very thankful. We filed claims really early when all that damage happened. And, so we got back a lot of money, a lot of insurance money, but I know now a lot of insurance places are pulling out of there. So I don't know how people are going to afford to live down there. I don't know. I hate to see that, but it seems like that place is just going downhill. I don't know, with all the insurance fraud and then natural disasters, and it just doesn't. I don't know. It was quite a different place 12 years ago than it is now. It's like the whole vibe changed too. I remember visiting my brother when he lived down there the first time he was renting in 2008. And I remember everybody waved and stuff like that. And I noticed, like, shortly after I moved down there in 2011, like, everybody just had that. Not everybody. There was a few people that still waved when you went by. But it just seemed like the overall attitude. Like, a lot of northerners moved down there and just, I don't know. Just, I don't know, they just, in one of, you know, the mood, the New York mood, where it's just like, you know, fuck you, I don't know. But I really enjoyed my time down there. I miss it daily. But I know it's not what it once was. There was a lot of, like I said, destructions, and a lot of places that I once loved isn't there anymore. Like, so it's going to be forever changed. My favorite place on Fort Myers Beach, Placas, I love their gyros. Like, they're not coming back, so Placas is gone. They still have a place, I think, on, if you're familiar with the Cape Coral, Fort Myers area, they still have a place on, wow, I'm already forgetting streets. McGregor, that's the name of the street. They're still on McGregor. They had two restaurants, and but they still got the one on McGregor. I've never been to that one, but maybe in a year or so, maybe I'll take a trip back down there. I know it's going to be hard seeing all that and not living there, but yeah. So right now I'm just still shopping for furniture, because, like I said, the majority of my furniture got destroyed by the water that entered my house. I had this entertainment stand since I've been in junior high, so it was time for me to upgrade, but it's just sad. I've had, like, this furniture since I was, like, really young, and I have to buy, you know, all new furniture, but it's I guess no big deal. But I think, like, one of the reasons why I'm taking Thumper's death so hard is, it's like, you know, I lost so much down in Florida, the house, my life, you know, everything. He was like the last piece that I still had, and now he's gone. So I think that's another reason why I'm taking his death so hard. I haven't, like I said, I haven't dealt with a pet death like that hit me this hard in years, and I thought maybe I would do a lot better when, you know, I was faced with the next one, but I don't know. I think I'm back to square one. But I guess there's nothing wrong with it. It's just exhausting when you're just overly emotional, and I'm my own worst enemy. Like, I've always been so emotional throughout my life, and it just wears you down. But I guess it's better to be emotional than be a just a prick that doesn't feel anything, that's just ignorant. Another thing I forgot to mention, I really met this really nice girl whenever I worked at Home Depot, Carissa. Another horrible thing happened during all this. Whenever I think it was around December of last year, she got in a horrible motorcycle accident. I guess an old lady like pulled out in front of her and sideswiped her. She flew off the bike, I don't know how many feet, and I don't know how I came across like her picture, like how I learned of the accident, because I wasn't really into contact with many people at that time. I think I was just searching on Facebook, and I don't know if I came across her mother's Facebook profile, and people were like sending prayers or something, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I came across her picture in the hospital being hooked up to, you know, a bunch of machines, and I was just devastated whenever I saw that. It was just one thing after another, like it just wouldn't stop. It was like a nightmare. But I'm really happy to say that she is doing a lot better. She, you know, still has her issues from it and stuff, and it's going to take a long time for her to recover, but she's doing a lot better. So I'm very happy about that. But all in all, I just want to say thanks to my family. I want to thank my buddy Josh, who got me a job when I first got up here. I want to thank him. And I might actually, if I do play a game, I'm probably just going to do it the old way to start out. I'm probably just going to record them and post them on YouTube. I do plan on streaming again. I just don't know when. But yeah, if I can think of anything else, I'll add on to this video, or I'll make a separate one. But I just want to say I hope you guys are all doing good. My life, like I said, slowly but surely, it's turning around for the better. And that Thumper thing was just a huge bump in the road. But I know he's in a better place. I'm going to miss him. But I believe that we'll all see each other again. I don't really believe in the heaven and hell thing. I'm starting to believe in, like, you go to a different dimension, or I don't know. They have proven, I don't know how they can prove it, but there are different dimensions. And, well, I do have one story to tell you. So, my mother worked at a senior center. It was called Lake Kennedy in the Cape. And she, this lady came up to her. She only talked to her a few times when this happened. Her name was Kenyatta, and my mom worked at the front desk, and this Kenyatta came up to her and said, "Did you have a brother that recently passed away?" And they never talked about it, because like I said, they just met. And she said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, for some reason, he's telling me to tell you to pay attention." And she's like, "What are you talking about, pay attention?" I don't know, but he kept bothering me, and I was like, "I'll go out and tell her, just give me a second." He was like, "No, go and tell her to pay attention." So she went out and told my mom all this, and shortly after, there was this guy that I guess the other guys were giving him a hard time, because that senior center, I guess they have a pool room and stuff like that, and this guy, a bunch of guys like to go there and shoot pool. And, you know, just like kids, you know, they were giving this one guy a hard time, but he showed up with a gun. And my mom works at the front desk, and I don't know if he would have shot her. They were friends, but you know how people are nowadays. They just shoot anything that moves. Like, everybody's whacked. But so they quickly, my mom, her boss, ran up to the doors, unlocked them, called the police, and the police came and escorted the dude off the property, banned him forever coming back. But that just shows you right there, there has to be something after life. Like, how can you explain that? They never talked about, they just met, they never talked about my uncle passing. And, yeah. And she might have even, like, I don't know if she called him by his name, like, you have a brother named Richard. I don't know if that's true, but she's just like, did you have a brother that recently passed? And she said, yeah. Well, he's been screaming at me to come out and tell you to pay attention. And then, like I said, a couple minutes after, here comes that guy with a gun. So, there has to be something. I mean, there's something after death. I think there's just a higher level you go to. And, yeah. So, hopefully, and like I said, I have a good feeling we'll all see each other again. Humans and pets, humans and animals. So, we just have to do the best that we can while we're on this planet. And like I said, I'm not afraid of death anymore. Like, I remember as a kid, I was like afraid to die. And I know it's a part of life. But like, once you start climbing in age, and like a lot of people that you want, you know, that you loved is gone, that they passed, and animals and stuff like that, you know, I don't know. For me, it's like I'm not afraid. I hope I go peacefully. I hope I go in my sleep. But yeah, it's like I'm not afraid anymore. But yeah, like I said, if I can think of anything else, I'll post something. But I just want to thank you and stuff, and I'm glad I talked all this out. Like I said, it's such a good coping mechanism just to just talk everything out, share your experiences, whether they be positive or negative. It's just good to really, you know, it's really good whenever you're dealing with negative shit, just to talk it out. So, and me and the Stouter, we haven't talked in a couple weeks. We might get on and play some bingo, or just, you know, play a game or something. I've missed that. And I still try to talk to Pete, Kenshin 1913, every 2 weeks, because we try to get together on Sunday nights, and now that I work, I'll have every other Sunday off. So we try to get together. I know everybody's busy with their own lives, but yeah, we still talk and stuff. Just, you know, not as consistent as we once did, but as long as we still, you know, we're all in communication. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I don't know. I'll try to post my first gaming video in the next couple days. See you guys.